I'm going to start my story. When I was 15 years old, I've been put into a home for people with a family problem. They were older guys than me, and they were drinking alcohol. They were taking drugs. They had problem with the police. Many of them, they went to jail, and they put them there when they went out. So very quickly I started myself to do all those things. And then I started wanting to try to do white magic, occultism. You know, something. I started with like a game with friends. We tried to make mind reading or palm reading or card reading, those kind of thing. And I discovered that I had a gift, you know, that I had revelations. And I was fascinated because I saw that not everybody had that gift. So I started to explore it. I wanted to see to what extent I had it. So I started to interest myself into the Oriental mysticism. I started to have kind of divination possibilities, powers, and to read into people's mind to know when before they came what they were saying, and I could see the aura, A-U-R-A, of people, which is like their spirits. So whatever the way they would behave in front of me, if I saw the aura, I could see exactly who they were. I could see also, you know, spirits. You call them maybe ghosts. Then little by little I wanted to see what power I could get, so I went rapidly into black magic. Black magic is something not very good. It's when you using some spiritual power to not for the benefit of people, to make them problem, maybe to curse them or to make them lose their job, or that their wife or husband go away, whatever. And you can give them maybe illness or kill them. And I did some of those things. One of them, I watched her died in front of me. She bled to death in front of me. So I had, you know, I was happy to see that I had those power, but I was not feeling very good, you know. I had very difficult spiritual problems. I tried to suicide myself, and then they put me, you know, in a psychiatrist hospital for a while. I had a NDE, a near-death experience, which is you know, when you are going to die, yourself, your spirit, your soul is going out of your body, and then you will go to God. Of course, your body will go to dust. And so I lived those first minutes, and I saw that I was not ready. Until that day, I was not afraid of death. I thought, on the contrary, that death would solve all my problems. I thought, I have so many problems here of every kind. You know, inside I was getting paranoid and so much anguish, and I didn't have any motivation, and I was living to die, you know. All my friends were dying around me, and I thought I would die before the age of 20. And I thought that all my problem would be solved and stopped at the moment when I died. But when I made this experience, I saw that it's not stopping. And not only it's not stopping, but I will not have to bear those problems and those torments for just 40 years or 60 years, but for eternity. So fortunately, I went back in my body. I didn't die. And after that, I tried to change my life and to make a better life. I knew I was bad, So I started to practice yoga and sport. I stopped all toxics, even cigarettes, even meat, and I tried to be a better person. I wanted to purify myself, my soul, my spirit from all the consequences of the thing I did. I thought I could become a new person, reborn myself into a new person, and that all the things that I did before will have no consequences on who I was now, because I thought I wanted to be a new person, a new creature. After 6 months of intensive practice, I had a revelation that if I can do anything to improve myself, try to be pure, to behave good with other people, to be ascetic, to practice yoga, anything I can do to be better, or if I'm the worst guy on earth, I am not getting nearer God of 1 inch. So I realized that I couldn't do anything with my own strength to get near God. One day a friend of mine invited me in a Christian meeting. I hated Christians. So I said, of course no. But he was insisting, and I don't know why I answered him. I said to him, okay, I come in one condition. You never talk to me again about any meeting. I come once in my life for 1 hour, and after I'm gone, and you don't talk to me about any meeting. At one point when he was preaching, I saw his aura, and it was the brightest aura, the purest, the whitest, the cleanest, the more powerful aura I ever seen in my life. And I knew that this was the ultimate power. So I knew that this guy had the ultimate spiritual power, and I wanted to get this power. He preached again, and at what moment he said, the people who want to receive the power of God, just come over in front. So I jumped in front, I closed my eyes, and I was waiting to receive the ultimate power. Unfortunately, in my mind, I saw Jesus and I saw the cross. So I was thinking, I don't want Jesus. I don't want the cross. Just go away. I want the power. So God spoke in my spirit. He told me that I had to accept Jesus and the cross, because if I continue the life I'm having now, in 6 months I'm dead. He showed me the length of time. He showed me how I would die. Because I had this near-death experience, I knew that I was not prepared, I was not ready to die, and I didn't want to be tormented forever. So, almost against my will, I capitulated. I accepted Jesus and the cross. I just did this to save my neck. Now, 30 years later, I am grateful to God, because He had to act like this, because I wouldn't have a second chance. Maybe you who are listening, maybe you still have 10 years ahead of you, maybe 20, maybe 30. Maybe you already had a chance with God, and maybe God will give you a second chance, maybe a third chance. But in my case, this was my first and last chance. And God, I am grateful that God saved me in spite of me. He found a way to save me, because He knew that in 6 months I would be buried, my body would go back to the dust, and my spirit would go back to Him. And I was not ready to die. So I am very grateful to Him now to be saved. I am not afraid to die, because I know where I am going.